How you guys doing? It's 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com, and this is Breaking Down the Books. Coming off a day where we went 3 of 13. 3 of 13, which is horrible. My goodness. Like, you know what I mean? Who does that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to feel when I give you guys 13 picks and I only hit 3? Like, that's unacceptable. So, anyways, today we're obviously gonna come through, bounce back, and do what we got to do. So, starting from the top, we got a long slate of NHL. Get right into it. Got the Anaheim Ducks versus the Philadelphia Flyers. In this game, most of the people thinking the game is gonna go over. Flyers are the home favorites, justifiably so. They're always favorite at home. They've been doing a really good job at protecting home ice, and they're just not paying enough money for my liking. So I'm gonna stay away from the money line in this game. But what I am gonna do is go with the under 5.5 in this game. I like the under in this situation. I think Anaheim is gonna be able to play a pretty decent game. I'm not sure that they're gonna get to the goalie because, like I said, they do a very good job protecting the back end and all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this game. I got the under 5.5 as the first official play to start the game. Next is the Buffalo Sabres versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto, they've been playing well since firing the coach, but like they've been playing well in good stretches and then they've been playing bad in others. So you have to look out for Toronto. Like, I like honestly I don't have a play in this game because if I had to, I would have a big lean on I'd have a big lean on Buffalo, and there's no way I'm putting my money on Buffalo. That just doesn't make sense. So gonna skip that one. Next, we got the Kings versus the Boston Bruins. Bruins, they don't forget these guys are coming off of a big losing streak. Like Boston, they've been like what was it, 7 games straight that they lost, and then they ended up bouncing back recently. So don't take it for granted that they're just a heavy favorite and that is going to be easy money. They're not that reliable when it comes to that. I don't know. They got to figure some stuff out, but I don't necessarily trust Boston. But in the same breath, you can't necessarily trust the Kings either. Excuse me, because the Kings are one of those teams that are horrible whether they're at home or away, and they're actually better at home. So if they're horrible in both and they're better at home, that tells you something. So obviously it should be Boston, but I don't really like that pick. But if they do what everybody thinks they're supposed to do, then this game should go over, and they should probably overwhelm the Kings. So I think this game goes over 5.5, but I think the Kings put up a fight. So I like the over in this game. There's Tuukka Rask and Jonathan Quick at net. Quick allows a lot of goals. Tuukka Rask doesn't. But the three-headed monster in Boston probably do some work tonight, and I like the over in this game. Next, we got the Predators versus the Islanders. I don't have a play in this game. I'd love to put the Islanders to cover the minus 1.5, but coming off of a 3 of 13 day, let's not get too ballsy. You know what I mean? So New York versus Predators, I'm gonna skip out on that game. Next, Ottawa versus Tampa Bay. Talk about ballsy. I'm gonna go with the plus 1.5 in this game. Yeah, Tampa Bay they have a hard time playing versus a team like that. Honestly, and we could get into historicals. Not that they necessarily matter, but I have a weird feeling that not only does Ottawa cover, like maybe they don't win, but not only do they cover, I have a weird feeling that they actually beat these guys, and not just beat them, like blow them out, like like a 6-3 victory, Ottawa. But I might be out of my mind. They're 4-2 in the last 6 games at the spread, and but in their last 9 games they're only 3-6, so they haven't been playing enthusiastically well. Honestly, Tampa Bay in their own regards, they're not that good either. 1-7 at the spread. We've been fading Tampa Bay for a while, and they've been doing a good job at covering for us. They're 2-6, actually 2-5 in their last 7 home games. So that's an interesting stat right there by itself. So I like Ottawa, the plus 1.5 in this game. Next, we got Columbus and the Red Wings. These are two garbage teams that you should probably stay away from. If you wanted to take a play, you take the home dog at 225. You take the Red Wings, who are paying damn near 225 on your buck. You might be able to get it at $2 some places. I like that number also, but I'd stay away from that game because it could really go either way. But I like Detroit over Columbus any day, anyways. I might be crazy, but yeah. Next, we're gonna go into the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Jets. The Jets, last time I checked, they had Connor Hellebuck starting, but it wasn't confirmed. And as of right now, Connor Hellebuck is still expected, and he's gonna be going up against Peter Mrazek. Mrazek, rock solid, man. That guy's a freaking bad boy, and I keep on giving him props. He's sporting a 2.52 goal against average, 90% save percentage. He plays a shit ton of games, 13, 6, and 2. So I'm high on Peter Mrazek. They're the away favorites. So they're not paying too much. You might be able to get even money in certain books. They're pretty close to even money, but it seems like Carolina's the slight favorite for now. I like Carolina in this game, honestly. I might be crazy, but I like Carolina in this game. The last time these two teams played each other, they got absolutely embarrassed. They got pummeled. Winnipeg blew them out. It was like 8-1 victory. But Winnipeg hasn't been playing the same way that they've been playing last year. They're still trying to figure out what yes, they they got a few good wins. They showed they showed some signs of stardom again, but like they're still not on a consistent like as far as their offensive trends go, they're really not that consistent right now. So I don't really trust Winnipeg, and I would have to lean more towards Carolina. So I'd probably go with Carolina money line in this game, but a better pick would probably be to go with the under because since Winnipeg hasn't had a specific trend, maybe just maybe Connor Hellebuck tries to continue bringing his goal against average up because he started really bad and he's bringing it up these days. So I'd like to go with the under. If you could buy the hook and go with the 6.5, I'd like the under 6.5. And most people are slated towards the under. The over is paying 205 as of right now, so you might be able to get it at a different number other places, maybe 190 or 210 even. But I like the under in this game. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins versus Carolina. The Calgary Flames. I don't have a play in this game. Next, we got the the oh my goodness, sorry about that. Next, we got the Minnesota Wild versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights, heavy favorites today. Seems like they're giving you 50 cents on your buck, $1.50. Your dollar back, 50 cents on your buck. 6.0 is the total, 195 under. I don't know. They have Alex Stalock at net for the Wild. Last I checked, they were supposed to go with Flurry, but he's been getting a lot of time, so he's still expected as of right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if they turn it around and put Malcolm Subban at net, honestly, because he's since he came back, he's been getting a good bit of starts. Flurry has, and Vegas obviously they're trying to get more wins. Um, they're what are they? The 18, 13, and 5 right now, so just above 500. So I honestly, it seems like easy money for Vegas, but Minnesota also they've been tough, man. They've been really tough. I don't know. I'm gonna probably stay away from this game. Next we got Montreal versus Vancouver. I was saying earlier I would probably just go with the favorite in this game, with the underdog in this game. If Montreal would have been underdog, I would take Montreal. If Vancouver would have been underdog, I would have take Vancouver. Now they got Vancouver favorite. I'm changing my tone. I'm I'm not sure how I feel about that. I thought Vancouver was gonna be the dog when I was talking like that earlier. So 6.0 is the total. They got Carey Price at net. He's gonna be going up against Jakob Markstrom. We all know Carey Price been underwhelming. They got rid of Kincaid, sent him to the AHL, brought up Caden Primo, and honestly, I don't know what Montreal is doing. I can't pick them honestly. Um, and yeah, I'm changing my tone. I'm gonna stay away from that. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the under. I don't think maybe maybe the guy tries to. You know what? No. I'm not going with the under. I'm gonna stay away from that game altogether. Forget it. Next, Arizona versus the Sharks. I got Arizona Coyotes minus 1.5 to cover versus the Sharks. The Sharks, they're supposed to have Aaron Dell at net. They better hope they got Arundel at net because anyhow they got Martin Jones. Arundel's confirmed for the night. He's gonna go up against Quimper, and neither him nor Martin Jones are any good. So I like Arizona to cover here today. Continue rolling. You could also put the under in that game. Most people are gonna be going with the over, but I like the under in this game at 5.5. But I fear that Arizona will be able to score too many goals, and the Sharks will try to answer back. If it becomes a trade off, I don't like the total. So I'm just gonna give the minus 1.5 for the Arizona Coyotes to cover against the San Jose Sharks. Sorry, they fired their coach, and I don't think they got it together yet. So now we're gonna move into the NBA. In the NBA, we kind of got a short slate of NBA, starting with the Lakers versus the Pacers. Lakers, they've been covering every spread up until the last game they played, where they played Atlanta. Atlanta gave them a real hard time. This was a Sunday night game. Since then, Jeannie Buss's mom's passed away. So may she rest in peace. Usually, when you have a team playing for somebody that passed away, or a retirement, or a jersey retirement, or any kind of celebration, typically you want to bet on the favor on the team who's going through that emotional battle, or emotional, whatever the situation is. Like, the person who has emotions in their favor. In this situation, they're not necessarily at home. They're playing versus Indiana in the Pacers' house. So it's hard to put that into context. So in this regard, I actually like the Pacers as underdogs here. I would love to put the Pacers to cover the 4.0 because I feel like they could beat the Lakers, but ultimately it's going to depend on how dominant the starters are for the Lakers. And they could easily, no lie, the Lakers could easily cover that 4.0. But I would have to lean towards the Pacers, and for that reason, I'm probably going to stay away from this game. What I will do is go with the over, because if the Lakers want to win this game, they're going to have to keep up with the Pacers, and the Pacers play real good basketball. Like, they share the ball as a team. I bet most of you guys listening probably have no idea who anybody on the Pacers are, not one single person. But these guys are a very good team. They're actually in the top rankings in the East, and they've been playing a very good brand of basketball. So if I can't bet on them to cover, I'm just gonna stay away from that. But I'm gonna give you the over in that game, over the 211.5. Next, we got the Kings versus Charlotte. Kind of two garbage teams, in my opinion. I'm not big on the Kings. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. They just bust the bubble and they're over 500. But just because they bust the bubble doesn't mean they're gonna pop. But anyways, Charlotte plus 4.5, 206.5 right now is the total. I don't have a play in this game. Next, we got the Hawks versus the Knicks. The Knicks are favorite. The Knicks should never be favorite. The Hawks, they're underdog 1.5, but it's again slight favorite. 225 is the total. I don't think this team. I don't think this game is gonna go over. Honestly, I think this game is gonna go under. I'm gonna stay away from this game altogether because I think they're two garbage teams, and I would hate to lose my money because the totally unorthodox happened, which is exactly what's gonna happen. The unexpected is gonna happen in this game. If you think the Knicks can't score, they're gonna end up scoring tonight. If you think they can score, then they're not gonna score tonight. Whatever you think is gonna happen is probably not gonna happen today in this game because they're two teams who are really not that good and they're very evenly matched. So that spread is well placed by the bookies over here today. I'm gonna stay away from that game, but I would have to lean the under because I think it's way too much points, 225, and I would have to go with whoever the underdog is because it doesn't make sense. But if you're thinking about taking the Hawks, you're not crazy because the Hawks they shoot a lot more threes, and the Knicks they can't necessarily keep up with that kind of tempo. Now, if you're thinking about going with the Knicks, what you have in your advantage is that you have bigger guys who are more like they're more physical. They're gonna be a lot more. They're gonna try to pound the glass a lot harder. And if they can make it a defensive game, the Knicks have the advantage. And because of this, whichever style ends up popping off tonight is gonna be the one who gets the winner. That's kind of why I'm staying away from the winner. But I'll still give the under 225. You know what I mean? Straight up. Just convinced myself. So, anyways, Brooklyn Nets versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Uh, New Orleans, they've been taking loss after loss. They're on the biggest streak in the NBA, whether it's winning streak or losing streaks. After the Bucks ended up losing that game yesterday, so this is the biggest streak in the league, the biggest streak, and it's a losing one. So plus 2.0, 228.0 is the total. Brooklyn doesn't play defense. Pelicans, well, the Pelicans are all right as far as going over. You could usually bet on them, but as of recently, they've been shaky because they haven't been generating very much offense. So neither of these teams play defense, but are they going to play enough offense to go over? So this is why it's a stay away. Next, we got the Jazz versus the Magic. I like the Magic to cover the 6.5 with Nick Vucevic in the lineup. Utah got Mike Conley, who's supposed to be coming back tonight. 208.0 as of right now is the total. Magic is the type of team that could bust your card on the under. You put them on the under, and they end up going over by 1 bucket. You end up being sad and shit. But I still like the under. Next, Clippers and the Suns. Clippers should blow the Suns out. It shouldn't even be. It shouldn't even be fair. There's no Devin Booker. It. I don't know. It's. I don't know. 13.5 is a lot of points though, and they're coming off of a loss. I like the Clippers to cover 13.5 tonight, first game. And honestly, if Lou Williams and everybody's back, I like the Clippers tonight. But everybody's probably gonna go the other way. 13.5. The Phoenix Suns, they've been doing a really good job covering against most of these teams. Very tough team. But I like the Clippers to cover tonight. But they don't cover spreads though. I can't give that out. So can I? I'm gonna give the Clippers as a bonus play, but I'm wary of it. But they should honestly blow these guys out. It shouldn't even be. They're like they should go back to like a 30, 40, 50 point blowout, like what they did when Paul George just came to the lineup. And right now Kawhi Leonard is supposed to be playing. The only thing is Lou Williams seems to be a game time decision. I'm gonna check to make sure, but it seems to me that Lou Williams is not necessarily gonna play, and Patrick Beverly is questionable, so chances are he's probably not going to play. Can't bank on him. And Lou Williams, we'll have to see. So, anyways, if those guys play, I like the Clippers to cover. If they don't play, I don't like them to cover. It's really as simple as that. I don't think Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are enough. I think they need their backcourt. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for me. Uh, Spoken to you guys long enough. Anyways, before I go ahead and give you guys the Bookie Bullies rundown, I'd love you guys to go ahead and smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're advised anytime I post videos like these. So, starting from the top, got the under 5.5 in the Anaheim Ducks versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Got the over 5.5 in the Kings versus the Bruins. Got the Ottawa Senators plus 1.5 versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Giving you the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Jets under 6.0. Giving you the Arizona Coyotes minus 1.5 to blow the Sharks out. The over 211.5 in the Lakers versus Indy. The under 225 in the Hawks versus the Knicks. The Orlando Magic plus 6.5. The under 208 in the Magic versus Utah. The Clippers minus 13.5 at the condition that everybody plays. So if Lou Williams and Patrick Beverly plays, I like their chances of covering. If they don't play, I don't like the Clippers. So that's the optional pick right there. So that's pretty much it for me. I'll tell you like I tell you all the time, please don't bet what you can't afford to lose. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So you're not going to get rich overnight. You might get opportunities where you get big plays which pay you 12 to 1s. Like if you're following me on Twitter, you've probably seen. But most of the time, you're going to have a slow and steady wins the race kind of game, and that's pretty much how you should continue doing it. But anyways, that's it for me. Be safe, be good, and I'll see you again tomorrow.